Hey YouTube family. So today I want to go over what I'm going to be doing over probably like the next week. Well, not the next week. I'm actually going to show you what I've been up to. I'm actually going to do two auctions. This is Yuba County, California, and I'm also going to do Sacramento. I think this is a really good video for people that are wanting to get in the tax deed industry and how you invest online. And I'm going to cover a few things, and I don't know if I should call this video the deal of the month or just kind of like give you an idea of like how this is ran. So anyway, I'm focusing on this particular bid. I normally don't do these videos prior to the auction, only because I was like, I don't want my competitors, but I think the deadline is up to do the deposit. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. So one thing I want you guys to know, if you are doing online auctions, there is a bid deposit most of the time for these auctions. And one of my students was asking, well, if the bid deposit is $2,000, how can I bid on this property for $28,000? They're going to require you to actually put the money after you win it. But literally for every auction, they're different for every county. So you do have to have a minimum bid amount. Just because you put a lower bid amount than what you actually bid, it's still okay because they're still going to come after you to get the rest of the money. And they're going to assume that you don't want to lose your deposit. So just to answer that question, just because you might open up a bid at 28,000, but you've only deposited 2,000, it's totally okay. One of the things that I think a lot of counties are going to start doing is basically putting stuff online. I personally, because I work for myself and I'm by myself the majority of the time, I personally like going to public auctions. But you know, as you guys know, I'm in Texas, even though I was in California for the last 3 weeks looking at some of these properties. It is a lot easier to do online. So when I'm coaching my students, the newbies, I'm actually showing them specific counties that they can do online because it's a lot easier. And what do I want to say? What am I looking for? It's a lot less daunting to just being around the people. You could just like click the button. You can also put these on reserves. It's a lot easier online. The only thing bad about doing online auctions is that everybody has access. When I mean everybody, everyone that has paid the bid up front. So I'm just going to get into this video. This property is 14405 Frenchwood Town Road. This city is not the actual accurate, but I guess they're just doing it all. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to cover before I forget, buyer's premium. So on these auctions, the reason why I'm covering this is very important. I'm going to click this right here. You do have to pay a 10% premium on top of your bid. And this is very important if you're bidding on auction because you want to put that cost in the amount that you are bidding. So let me just go into the video. So how I do this and how I determine what my minimum and my max bid is based on my exit strategy. So that's something else that's important. If you are looking for a coach or wanting to do this on your own, know what your exit strategy is going to be because that's going to determine what your maximum bid, and your maximum bid is going to be completely different based on your exit strategy. So I'm just going to get into the video. Basically, I highlight this, and this is like the reason why I'm showing you guys this too. Even though I am a real estate agent, I'm doing this in a way that you don't have to be licensed. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste this. And I already did it in Zillow, and this comes up, the property. And so the reason why I'm doing this, you guys, is because Zillow says the estimate is $339,000, right? So this is a really huge spread. And it says it ranges from 268 to 407,000. As you guys know, the market is changing. However, I don't even care about the market because tax deeds, you're getting them at such a low price, like pretty much anybody could buy them. One of the things I'm so excited about this industry right now is because I have properties right now that just aren't going, and I don't even care. You know why? Because I don't have any mortgages on them. I've been investing for 18 years, and I did it the traditional route where, they tell you go get a hard money and yada, yada. And then you have all these mortgages. So I was one of those people in 2008, 2009 that lost my shirt. So now my strategy is completely different. And that's why I'm so passionate about this channel. And I hate to start rambling. I'm sorry. So let me get back to the point. So as you guys can see, this is the Zestimate for 339,000. So I'm going to just go back to bid for assets. And it says the minimum bid is 28,000. Now, you guys may be wondering, that's a huge spread, right? But let's just say worst case scenario is 100,000. Would you buy this property? It's saying 339. Now, as a realtor, I know that Zillow, sometimes their estimates can be higher and sometimes they could be lower. I like that now because I don't know if you guys know, but Zillow is in a lawsuit for overinflating properties. So now they have included this Zestimate range. I wish I could show you guys a screenshot of what it previously did. So now they have this range basically saying, okay, we're not going to say this value. We're going to give a range. And this is how they come up with the Zestimate. So lately I've been noticing that Zillow is very conservative. I like Zillow, especially for investors, especially for newbies, because it's a very conservative number. So you're not overvaluating, which is a safe number, right? So as I said, this is 339,000. Bid for assets is the minimum bid is 28,000. I said the worst case scenario is 100,000. Now, what I'm seeing lately, I think a lot of investors are holding on to their money. So there's not that many people at the auction. So you may be wondering, okay, what would I do with this? As you guys can see, it's, to me, I'm just going to go right here. And I'm kind of showing you guys what I do. I'm like, okay, this looks like a double wide. And I'm just like looking at it. But if you guys can see, it looks like it has like a lot of land on this property. So personally, I don't know if I want to like fix this up. As you guys know, I really don't like doing fix and flips, but I'm starting to get a lot of people that are in the fix and flip business coming over here because the hedge funds are buying all the foreclosures. But for me personally, I would buy this and wholesale it. There's so many different ways you can do this. I do offer that type of information in my course. I don't want to go into this because I like to keep my videos short and sweet. But what I wanted you to get from this is literally the deal of the month. I'm going to just say this one, even though there's a lot of deals in this particular county. The deal is that you can possibly get this property for 100,000, but it's worth 339,000. So I'm giving you guys some real good nuggets here because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't tell you or teach you this, but this is how I do my bidding when I'm doing the tax deed auction. And one of the greatest things is there's no reserve. So I can go on this auction, and if nobody's on there, I could luck out and get this property for 50,000. It just really depends on who's going to be at the auction. Now, I did see Yuba last year, and I think the max was like 140, 150. But what I love about online auctions is that basically, it just depends on all who registers. So like for those that are looking at this and they're like, oh, I want to go and I want to try to get this property, it might be too late for you because there's a deadline to actually put in a deposit. So that's one of the reasons why I like online auction. The second reason is I can literally be traveling and going somewhere as I travel a lot. And I could literally be on the plane when this auction starts and ends, and you can put in your maximum bid. And so you don't have to actively be bidding. It just says this is my max bid. And but the down part about that is if that's your max bid and nobody else is bidding, of course they're going to charge you the max bid. So that's the only thing about it. But if you're like busy and you don't care, like for me, even though I would have my max bid and I'll be away, I'm still winning because I've already done my numbers. And I've kind of shared that with you about like, you have to know what the actual ARV is, which is the after repair value. You need to know that number before you do anything. Now, it's really important to know what your max number is going to be based on how you're going to, what you're going to do after you purchase it. Another thing I wanted to say before I get off this video is, gosh, I have so much going on in my brain. What did I want to tell them? Darn it, I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. What did I want to say? Well, I can't remember what it was I was going to say. What was I going to say? Okay, now I remember. What I wanted to say is once you acquire the property, I've been getting a lot of questions about this. What do you do after it? It takes about 60 to 30 days before you actually get the deed. That's what I wanted to say because I'm getting a lot of people getting confused with tax liens. This is tax deed. So as soon as you acquire and you wire the funds, they send it to the county and then they do their paperwork and you basically get the deed, so you actually own it. One of the things about California is you don't have a redemption period, which is that's why I'm like going back to California and doing auctions in California, is because once you win the bid, there's no going back, meaning that the owner can't come back and get the property. The second thing I want you to know is that I haven't done all the research in this county. So some of the things that I would just give you heads up on is you need to know what they're going to clear on the county. This is something I cover all in my course. I try to keep my videos short, so I don't want to go into detail, but it's really important to know um, what liens may be still on the property and what liens will not. That's something that's very important. I do go in that detail in some of my courses, but just to keep this video really short, just wanted to give you an idea of how you can bid online, and stay tuned for my next video because I'm going to be doing my homework on the next county. And I just wanted to kind of share you my process of what I do when I'm bidding online. Happy investing, guys. Hope this helps.